Overstressed babysitter made me stay outside during the dead heat of summer when I got into an argument with her bitchy daughter. Babysitter and daughter remain in a back bedroom, watching morning TV. Bored with walking in circles and trying to get a very old dog to play, I stood outside of their bedroom window, trying to watch TV with them, just outside the house. When the daughter noticed me and protested my presence, the babysitter yanked the curtain shut with such violence that my little heart darkened beyond help. I was 8 or so, angry, increasingly thirsty, vengeful, and filled with a sudden but thrilling evil. I watched her dog hatch a steamer alongside the fence, bingo, with the assistance of a wad of leaves. I transported the steamer back to the window and smeared it on the back of their window unit act that was grinding away, cooling them. Then I ran and sat on the swing set, stooping over as though I'd been there and was bored out of mine. No one came. Interesting. When I was called back in, they were in the living room with their pile of blankets, chips, etc., and never once suspected me of fucking up their lazy nest. They, of course, smelled the strong odor of shit in the back bedroom and stayed upset about it for the duration of the day, even having a conversation over the phone with the dad about what to do, what it could be. Knew it was shit. They couldn't figure out where it was coming from. They only called me for lunch that I had to make myself. A bologna sandwich or cereal. Something easy. Yeah. My mom paid her for that. Listening to them bitch about how much smaller the living room TV was, I was swallowing butterflies the entire time, trying not to gloat out loud. I grew up without a mother. When I was young, I absolutely adored my father. We didn't live in the nicest part of town, but he made a living doing work for a friend of his. One day out of nowhere, this guy, I swear he thought he was fucking royalty, came down on my dad. Said he hadn't done some work for him properly. Apparently, he'd been waiting like a year. He refused to pay the amount agreed upon. My dad was really apologetic. But you know what? Right there, in front of my eyes, he killed him. Fucking dead. I was distraught. I started ferociously attacking this guy. He beat me down to the ground, left a scar, and left. I swore then that I would someday get him back. To be honest, I've traveled the world looking for this guy. He's always in the back of my mind. I've learned many different fighting techniques, trained with some of the best. One day, I'm going to find him. He'll be easy to spot. I remember one peculiarity. He had 6 fingers on his right hand. When I find him, I'll say, "Hello, my name is Inigo Montoya. You killed my father. Prepare to die." One of my former closest friends throughout middle school and high school was honestly probably the one person who caused me the most trouble in life. I had very poor self-esteem up until a couple years ago, and he took advantage of this, breaking me down in almost every way possible throughout middle school and early high school. Later in high school, he seemed to be a better friend, but honestly was probably the most selfish person I know and would not hesitate to fuck over his best friends for his own personal gain, and then apologize for it later to find remorse. Well, about a year and a half ago, I decided I was done with him and stopped hanging out with him, almost entire except for when we were randomly put together, because we shared the same circle of friends. About 9 months back, however, I started to hang out with him again. He seemed to have changed, and I began to see him as a friend again. This, once again, did not last long. I had been talking to a girl for about a month, and I really liked her, and could tell she definitely was interested in me too. I made this quite well known to my friends, but I was a little slow on completely sealing the deal, with her due to being completely inexperienced with girls and having almost no confidence. Well, while I was trying to get the courage to be bolder and try my luck, he started seeing her behind my back. When I eventually found this out a month after it had begun, I was not thrilled to say the least. Not because they had started dating, but because they had been hiding in it from me, and he had started going after her in full knowledge of the situation beforehand. Well, now that all the boring backstory is done, I can get to the revenge bit. I fucked her. The girl he stole from me and is crazy about. Not only did I simply have sex with her, I did on the morning of their 6-month anniversary. I didn't do it out of spite for him, in all honesty. I'm still in love with this girl. And after we had gotten over the whole fiasco from a while back, we started hanging out a lot. However, that doesn't change the fact that sleeping with his girlfriend on their 6-month anniversary, when she was supposed to be resting for their date night, is probably the best form of revenge I could think of for all his two-faced bullshit over the years. I feel bad for the girl because she is upset about it, and to a degree I regret it because of the strain now in our relationship, but I can't help but be happy when I think about what it means to him. He doesn't know yet, but I'm okay with that. He will someday, and I can't wait to see the look on his face. Toda. Fuck the girlfriend of the guy that caused me more shit over the last 6 years than anyone else while he presented himself as one of my best friends the whole time. Even better, I did it on the morning of their 6-month anniversary.